Hi everyone, I'm continuing my talk on the immigrant experience and why I'm fundraising. And for me, I'm fundraising for myself. So when I got involved in the One campaign, when I decided to go to university, when I decided to better myself and invest in myself, I didn't do it for other people. I did it for me, for my dreams, for my goals, for what I wanted to accomplish with my life. And so in the same way with my fundraising, I'm not doing it for other people, I'm doing it for me. The same way when I left TD all those years ago because they didn't have an opportunity for me, I left for me because they didn't have anything else to give me and I wanted better for myself. I didn't anticipate that I would be treated badly wherever I landed up working and that people would just keep letting me go and making a joke out of my life, and basically just my life was worthless to them and to people that made a joke out of my life. Just like the guy that said, oh, maybe I should take her out and see what happens. Maybe I should take him out and see what happens. Because I'm not the way I used to be before when people knew me. I'm not the same person. When you get hurt too much in life and you get betrayed and let down too many times, it affects you. So I'm fundraising for me because as a little girl, I didn't have choices. I had to walk to school, I had to walk home. There was nobody waiting in the car to say, oh, come, let's go, I'll take you home, I'll drop you off. No, I had to do it. So the same way that when I studied at university, I helped my uncles. They didn't pay for all my education. I worked and I studied. They sent me some money and I was working on campus at university and paying my fees as I went along. And then when I came to Canada, I worked and I studied. Whatever little money I had, I used to pay my rent for my sister and staying at a place to buy food for the house, to contribute to the petrol when we went out, the gas. And I paid my way when I went to Rotman. And when I did my master's at U of T, I paid my way. I didn't have any help to get those degrees, to get those qualifications. So the same way that I'm applying for better paying jobs, I'm trying to raise funds so that I can help myself to pay off my debt and what I owe. And things are going up and up, things are very expensive. And when you're a single woman and you're doing it on your own, it's much harder than if you have a husband to fall back on, or if you're in a household where your children are also helping you and contributing. It's a lot harder when you're doing it on your own. So that's why I'm fundraising, because I want to better myself, I want to better my life, I want to continue to live in the condo I'm living in, and I want to continue to be in a safe area, a nice neighborhood, to be close to my church and parish, to be able to meet up with my friends centrally when I want to go out, to be able to catch the TTC and go to work. And I'm applying now for jobs that are also in the office as well as my work at home job, because I want to start going out, I want to start meeting people. I'm applying for volunteer positions where we are meeting in person, not just meeting over the Zoom or meeting online, because that face-to-face connection is important. And I've had no support as a spiritual director. Even when Damien Howard in the UK suggested that I study and become a spiritual director, I tried to keep in touch with him. I tried to let him know how I was doing, asking if there were opportunities there that I could get involved in or be part of, and I had no support from the UK. It was the Scottish Jesuits that got me involved in giving a retreat online, and that was unpaid as well. So if the church is going to bring us into these opportunities, they also need to consider us when opportunities come up, because there are a lot of positions in the church. There are a lot of administrative roles, fundraising roles. There are a lot of good paying jobs in the church, and they need to consider us, because There's no point us graduating from the best Jesuit colleges in Canada with all the best accreditations and all that, and then just saying to us, oh, just go out and fend for yourselves. If we are the best, and if we've been trained to be the best, they need to have some support in place for us, because it's very hard when you go out there and people say, oh, you don't have experience. We do have experience. We have the experience from helping at the college, from leading retreats, from guiding others. We have the experience. But if you don't want to take us into the church positions, then we can't get into them. And so even my involvement with One, I didn't do it for my mother, I didn't do it for my sister, I did it for me, because I believed in Bono's initiatives, I believed in what he was offering people, I believed in Mandela's promise that we could be the great generation, I believed in working with everybody, regardless of race and creed and color, to accomplish goals. So I got involved with One.org, and nobody else should get the credit for that. Nobody else should get the support for that. Not my sister, not my mother, nobody. I did it on my own, and they should not be allowed to track me and have me followed and create such a big investigation that cost the police millions of dollars. It's not fair to me. I deserve to be able to go out, to travel, to meet with people, to have a life. And the same way, Damien Howard and the Jesuits in the UK should not be supporting my sister and my mother if they are. They should not, because I did it on my own. I studied on my own. I spent long nights studying and researching and putting my papers together and doing my exams, doing my papers. The same with my license for my insurance. Primerica should not be supporting my sister or telling her where I am. None of them, not even the church. Because the one thing that the police wanted me to know is that they want me to make my own decisions and control my own life and to come up and have a good paying job. And I deserve it. I've worked very, very hard. The accolades and the support should not go to my mother or my sister or my brother or my uncles. It should not go to anybody, not to my cousins. Not one of them was there for me. Not my uncle from Prospect and his wife and family, not my uncle in California and his wife and family. Yes, I invited them to celebrate my accomplishment, but you can ask them. Not one of them gave me a penny towards getting my HR credentials, towards getting my master's, towards getting my diploma in spiritual direction. And Damien Howard didn't send money from the UK for me either. I did it on my own, and I want to reap the financial rewards. And I want to be not sitting in a job where people are speaking into my ears. Some of the things that happen on those calls are very vulgar and they're very disgusting. And I don't deserve it. I've done it for 5 years. I've put up with it because I didn't have any other opportunity. And I don't want to go into project management. That's not what I trained for. I have other friends who do project management. I sent them the roles. They like it. So it's good for them. I want to work in my field, in administration, in HR, or an executive assistant role. I want to work where my forte is and where my strengths are. I want to be able to go into speaking. I want to be able to do the things I trained to do and where I invested my time and my effort and my career aspirations matter to me. So if people say, oh, what about her sister? And they give all my sister all the support when I put in the work, that's not fair to me. And I don't care who it is. And Damien Howard knows I'm very straightforward. I don't really care if people like me now or hate me, because they are not sitting here with me when I'm alone at night crying, or when I'm worried about how I'm going to pay my bills, or I'm worried about what's going to happen, where's the next opportunity going to come for me. Nobody's there for me. So please do not give my mother all the support or my sister all the support and help them to coordinate my being tracked and followed, because it's not fair to me. I'm independent and I want to earn the salary that I'm capable of earning and that I'm worthy of earning. Just the way I was earning $35 an hour at HSBC, $40 an hour at TD. I want that translated into an annual salary with the benefits and with the sick days and all the things that I work so hard to accomplish. The credit should not go to my sister or anybody else. The credit should come to me, especially for my work with Bono. I do not want my sister to get any credit for that. She had no right to have me tracked and have me followed and to frighten me. She had no right to do that. Nobody had any right, even in this building at Roosevelt Gardens. I've never been a problem to society, and nobody has a right to frighten me and to make me feel afraid or to make me feel like I'm inferior, because I'm not. I don't deserve it. And so now I'm fundraising. I'm putting out my fundraiser every day, and I've been very lucky. Some of the people I volunteered with at HRPA are helping me. They're sending out the link, and I'm happy about that. Some of them are donating if they can, because things have been very hard for me, not just from now, but from the time I was a kid. And I've helped others. I've been there for others. So it's time that people help me and be there for me. And I don't want my sister getting the credit for what I've done. I don't want her to be able to track me, or my mother, or anybody else. As soon as my brother left and went back to the UK, they started again. And it's not fair to me. It's not fair to make me become a basket case after I've worked so hard to come up, to get myself to a place where I'm not shitting in my pants, sitting at my desk, or peeing in my pants, sitting at my desk, passing urine. That's what used to happen to me, because that's how much they and the police frightened me. I don't deserve it. I've come back to a place where you can see my face is better, you can see I'm dressing up, you can see I look nice, I'm holding a full-time job, and that's what I want to continue doing. And I want that trust that Teleperformance put in me, whether I stay there or whether I go to another company, I want to build on that and be able to buy my own place and to be able to travel on my own without being chaperoned by the police or being treated like I'm a criminal on those calls. Because some of the police and the military on those calls were disgusting. I come from a military family. I come from a family where there were people involved in the army, in the police force. But the way they treated me on those calls is absolutely disgusting. And when you're a woman and that filth is going into your head and going into your body, it affects you. It's not nice. And I believe that I will get a break, I will get an opportunity, and I won't give up, because I didn't do anything wrong. So if you know anyone that can help me fundraise, that can contribute to my campaign, to help pay down my debt, I would appreciate it. Everything's going up, internet is going up, phone is going up, rent is going up. And I don't want to live with people. People will very gladly take me in, and then when they finished using me, they'll ask me to move out. So I want to stay here in my condo, which is safe and beautiful and nice, and I want to continue to be independent. And that's why I sent that fundraiser out. And I'm going to continue to send it out every day. I'm going to send it out. And every day I'm going to apply for other jobs, because I deserve better. When I was at Roosevelt Gardens, I used to invite the HR committee over for HRPA. I was on the mentoring committee. I used to invite them to come into my house, and we'd sit together and match the pairs. Or I'd go to CIBC Mellon downtown and we'd meet at the office. I held senior positions on the committees. I was the chair of the mentoring committee for the Toronto chapter. I was the vice chair at one point. I've held board positions in Canada. I've had senior roles of responsibility, and people trust me, and I'm trustworthy. So I am going to continue to push for that because I deserve it. I deserve a good paying job.